Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey.
Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. And you try to kill our we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Hi, everyone. It's Judge Jeanine. I just wanted to let you know here from the United States Attorney's Office in D.C. that an individual by the name of Nathalie Rose Jones is now in custody, charged with 2 federal crimes for knowingly and willfully threatening to take the life of the President of the United States. She did come from New York to Washington, D.C., and she has been threatening and calling for the removal of the president, and even worse, as she got to D.C., her threats were on Facebook and Instagram, and she continued to call the president a terrorist and was working to have him eliminated. She is now in custody. She will be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. Make no mistake about that.
Wow. Prayers for President Trump, his administration, his family. You know, we do these. It just doesn't stop, you guys. But y'all know what I'm finna say. You got to put your hands behind your back. Around and find out. The F around and find out movements in full effect. And Judge Jeanine is slamming the gavel, slamming the hammer, slamming on the floor, slamming on the table, slamming on the wall. The walls are closing in. Walk that hellfire in handcuffs, sure did. But I tell you, it's just a night and day difference with this administration versus the previous administration. We getting updates, new videos posted every single 20, 15 minutes. I mean, man, we see President Trump every 5 minutes. Nobody's asleep. Nobody done dropped the ice cream cone Sunday on the floor. Nobody's at the beach. We might be at the golf course every now and then, but it's okay. We still calling shots off on the golf course. It's okay. Yeah. They done put that machine up in the storage unit and close the wall, close the closet door. Yeah, this is good. This is good. And somebody got to be walked out with their hands behind their back. Now, Jeanine, we waiting on that list with them top heavy hitters, them Democrats, politicians, the frauds, the ones involved in the biggest scandals and scams. You know, the ones who tried to wipe our president through the mud. And guess what? How did that play out for you? Couldn't beat your political opponent fair and square. How did that work out for you? I want to know. Because it seems like he's the 47th president. And it seems like we are back. It seems like common sense is back. Oh, and they cleaning up the mess. This is good. Check this out, y'all.
Everyone, is Judge Jeanine filling you in on what's going on in the surge in Washington, D.C. We're at more than 400 arrests over the weekend, 127 this past weekend with our federal partners and this cooperative law enforcement effort. We seized 21 illegal guns. We've made arrests on warrants for homicide, sexual predators, drug trafficking, illegals. If you want to be in D.C. and you're a criminal, you're not welcome.
Woo! Yes, sir! Hey! New sheriffs are in town. New sheriffs are in town. This is good. I'm going to get into this source right here, Explain America. And I said, what the hell is this? Pirro says no, tells Trump she will do it. What the hell? But I see everybody's loving Jeanine Pirro in this comment section. So let's go and get into this, y'all. Let's see this.
And Jeanine Pirro says she loves working for President Donald Trump. But there was one thing she said no to. Before we get started, please make sure you like and help our channel continue to grow. Jeanine Pirro has taken on the role of U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia. And she's doing a marvelous job. I love Jeanine Pirro. I've loved Jeanine Pirro from back in her New York days when she was tough as nails back then. And I remember my mom, rest in peace, she was a big Jeanine Pirro fan. And I remember when, she got the divorce and all that, because being in the New York area, saw a lot of Jeanine Pirro. She's tough. She's still tough. And smart. I mean, real smart. You know, you don't run across people like that too often in life that are that as smart as she is, as pretty as she is, and as tough as she is. That's a heck of a combination. And she's all of those things. And I love her. I think she's great. And the fact is, she could do any job she wants in this government and do it well. But there was one job she said no to. See, she was offered the Dan Bongino role, according to recent reports. She was offered the role to be Assistant Deputy Director of the FBI, and she didn't want it.
Oh, wow. Hell, I learn something new every day then. I'm just now finding that out. Is that true, y'all? Shout out to you, Big Carmine. I appreciate it. All right, Carmine. I did not know that. I did not know she was a man.
She wanted to be more of a hands-on prosecutor. I think that's the smart decision because that's what she knows how to do. She's one of the best. Dan Bongino, he knows that world. He's one of the best. I think these two people are in the right positions, and our country is better off for having both of them. And man, I mean, what a dream team this is. Honestly, what a dream team. But Pirro has a lot of other stuff going on too. I want you to hear about it, and let me know what you think of the whole thing in the comments.
Say that Donald Trump is making up a crime problem in Baltimore, isn't it?
I believe it would be. You know, look, crime is a serious quality of life issue in the District of Columbia, not just for the people who live here, but for the thousands and hundreds of thousands of people who visit as a tourist every year. The Washington Post has a story now. One of its reporters witnessed the arrest of a person in Northwest Washington coming out of a coffee shop, and there was some outrage about this. Turns out that the person is in the United States illegally, entered illegally from Venezuela in 2023, has received a final order of deportation from a judge, that's called due process, and has failed to show up for multiple court dates for criminal traffic proceedings in Maryland. So this is the actual kind of person that is targeted by a move like this. Formerly, this person would have been protected by the sanctuary laws in Washington, D.C., which have now been thrown out the window, temporarily at least, by the Trump administration.
At least for 30 days, and we'll see if it gets renewed. And we saw hundreds more of National Guards from neighboring states coming in to help out. Meanwhile, U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia, Jeanine Pirro, talked about really what happened with defunding the police. Immediately, we have less cops, and immediately morale dropped, and we're paying the price for it today. Listen.
The dumbest thing the Democrats ever said was defund the police. Yeah. Okay? And we are suffering as a result of that Democrat statement because they know how dangerous crime is. No one is talking about the impact on the minority community. Right. And I had them look at a stat that apparently no one's looked at. 45 teenagers killed in the last year in 8 months by weapons, by shotguns, by firearms. Okay? 45. Every one of them African-American. Every one of them black.
Yep. Your thoughts?
Welcome back. President Trump's takeover of D.C.'s police was proven to be a success. In 1 week, there's been more than 240 arrests, plus nearly 40 firearms and more than 200 fentanyl pills. Well, it's now off the streets.
But that didn't stop far-left protesters marching outside the White House against the president's push to make their streets safer.
U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia, Jeanine Pirro, joins us now. Jeanine, it's so great to have you.
It's so nice to be back.
Welcome home.
I mean, hair, makeup, everything.
I know you've got all the great lighting.
The lighting, everything. They don't have this in D.C.
No.
But I'll tell you what they have in D.C. They have a real problem there.
Yeah, they do.
And the amazing part of this whole thing is, you know, you can have these protesters out there, but the only person who has talked about the urban blight, the decay, the crime, the unsafe streets, the fact that people are being mugged and shot and beaten and brutalized is President Trump. And they want to object to it. You know, they want to march and protest. You know what? They should kiss the ground at this point that you got someone who wants to make the city safe again, who wants to make it clean again. Look, they cleaned out, I think it's 44 homeless encampments. Yes. No one was arrested. I mean, this is the nation's capital. It should look like the nation's capital, the shining city on the hill. We shouldn't have to worry about an intern who comes to work in Congress, a young kid who goes out for a hamburger, gets shot and killed, and his parents take his body away.
Right. Well, it should be a bipartisan issue, and there was a time when at least it was a bipartisan issue that it was a problem. We have a video of somebody that you'll recognize who recognized at one point that it was a problem. Watch this.
Driving home, my staff who lives here in the Hill reminded me, don't stop at a stoplight until I'm out of town.
Look at Biden.
If I see a red light late at night, since there's very little traffic, slow up at the other block so I never come to a full stop except in the middle of the block because of carjacking.
Oh.
Stopping at a light, people standing in a corner, walking up with a gun.
And that's still a problem in D.C.
Still a problem.
Okay? And the amazing part of it is the Democrats. Let me tell you, the dumbest thing the Democrats ever said was defund the police. Yeah. Okay? Truly. And we are suffering as a result of that Democrat statement because they know how dangerous crime is. Joe Biden right there knows what people in D.C. know. And the saddest part about all of this is no one is talking about the impact on the minority community. That's right. And I had them look at a stat that apparently no one's looked at. 45 teenagers killed in the last year in 8 months by weapons, by shotguns, by firearms, okay? 45. Every one of them African-American, every one of them black. No one is talking about the minority community. No one is talking about the fact that 70% of those homicides are not solved. That means the guns are still on the street, the young thugs are still on the street, and they want to say, we can't prosecute young kids. Yes, you can. A murder is no less a murder if you're 15 years old. Yet if you lose your life because of a 16-year-old, that doesn't mean it's less painful.
I'm Steve Ducey. I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart.
I tell you, lately, ever since Jeanine, I'm telling you, I've been getting chills down my spine when I went. That energy now, man, I'm telling you, it's a night and day difference with this administration. I'm glad where she's at, man. I really am, man. What do y'all think? Let me know in the comment section, family. It is going down, man, but it's a night and day difference, man. And as you can see, what we showed earlier in the show, they not effing around, you know. They are not effing around, but we send our prayers for this administration, for President Trump, prayers for America. You know, there's a lot of things that we are rooting for, you know, and America's back. Common sense is back. Law and order is back. Look around and find out. The movement is in full effect. Yeah. And you see people from Chicago making all those videos saying, Trump, please send the National Guard down here. Trump, please, can you please send the National Guard down here? Can you please arrest our mayor? Oh, because that's where the crime is really at, especially in Chicago. You see them making them videos? Oh, man. It's all over the internet, man, you know? But a lot of people approve of what this administration is doing and what Trump is doing. And they love what Trump is doing, man, you know? And here we are. But I love y'all. Y'all have an amazing rest of your night, day, and that you have an amazing start to the week. I know we're ending off Monday off on a good note, family. I love y'all, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace and love, you guys.